And in the last video tutorial, we discussed how to import or place text using a Word document and InDesign. And we did not copy and paste it. We did go to File and Place. And in this video, what I'd like to discuss is how to deal with the typesetting as far as formatting this text. Now, because we use paragraph styles, and if you don't see your paragraph styles up, you can go to Window, Styles, and Paragraph Styles. Because we use paragraph styles in Word, when we went to File and place the text, you'll see that those paragraph styles came in with the Word document. This makes light work of this formatting text. So let's see how we can manage this. Now, the first paragraph, you do 4 clicks in InDesign Word, you'll get the paragraph. First paragraph's a headline. I'm going to look at cheating a little bit. I'm looking at my document that I've already created, just for a little bit of how I typeset this. I typeset and set that headline in Palatino Bold 12 over Auto. Okay, so currently that's not what this is set at. It's Times New Roman. It's totally wrong. So instead of going here in the control panel and starting and changing things, I really don't want to do that, especially if I have paragraph styles. If I had no paragraph styles, it's no big deal. You would do that. But once you have created a paragraph style, you rarely want to go up to the control panel and change anything. All of what's in the control panel is now available by editing this paragraph style. So I'm going to double click on the paragraph style called Headline. Now you want preview on so you can see how it's affecting the selected type. So this is a matter of just some basic character formatting, so I'm going to click on Basic Character Formats. First, I need to change it from Times New Roman, to Palatino. I'm using the professional open type version of Palatino. Palatino Bold, and I believe that was 12-point type. And enjoying the look of that. Now another thing I noticed, there was a little space after, or between it and the next line. I don't hit the return key at the end of that line. In fact, I go to indents and spacing for that. And this is a space after. Move this out of the way. I like to see things as I'm doing them. So you'll see that that space is increasing. So I put a space after that paragraph. As soon as I'm happy with what I see, I'll go ahead and hit OK. Now I'm ready to move on to the next bit of information. Now again, I'm going to reference my original document. This is Palatino Roman 9 over 11, so I am going to make this Palatino Roman 9 over 11. Now, this should have been body copy, so evidently when I made the paragraph style I haven't applied it. But I am going to edit this paragraph style by double-clicking on it. And I'm going to again go to Basic Character Formats. Find my Palatino, and then I'm going to tell it it's 9 over 11. Now, I'm going to hit OK and see how different this looks from my original. Well, it looks like this has a left indent, and I have a bunch of runover copy. So I need to go ahead and edit this body copy paragraph style again. This is about indenting, so I'm going to go to indents and spacing. And my left indent, I'm going to increase that quite a bit until I like where it is. That looks nice, so I'm going to hit OK. Now, let me zoom in, and we'll look at this feature in InDesign called the Align Here command. Basically, in my original document, you'll see that all the text that runs over past this first line in the paragraph, it aligns to the N in needle. So that's a fairly simple thing to do, unless you don't know this great little keyboard shortcut. A lot of people would hit the return key and like hit the space bar to get that moved over. That's entirely too much work, so let me delete that. Instead, I'll use the align here command. So put my cursor right before the N in needle, and then I hold down the command and I click on the backslash key. The backslash key is found under the delete key. That's the align here command. Now I'm going to turn on my hidden characters, my non-printing characters, to investigate what this looks like. You will see there's a little blue cross shape. That is the align here command character. In fact, if I delete it, you'll see that it no longer aligns there. So let me undo that, get it back in there. You'll also see any backwards, you'll see little blue dots for spaces, and you'll see backwards P's. Those are the paragraph symbols for, when you hit the return key. So you'll see anything that is regard to anything that's actually a physical character will show up. Now, in my book, this text looks almost centered visually, and the next bit of text falls on the next page. So this bit of text here needs to move to the next page. Now what I don't do is I do not hit the return key a bunch of times till it goes to the next page. See, it will do that. That's bad practice. So let me undo that by hitting Command Z. Instead, what you want to do is put your cursor before that type and go to Type, Insert Break Character, and if it's going to a new page, insert a page break. If we're going to the next column on the same page, or even within the same spread, you could do a column break. I'm going to do a page break. And what happens is that goes to the next page. Now, you'll see that the invisible character for that is a dot with an arrow underneath it. That is a page break. And the next thing I want to do is I want to kind of center the page, have white space on top and on the bottom. And how we do that, that's kind of a special thing a lot of people don't know about, and that is Object. It's a text frame option. I typically use the keyboard shortcut, which is Command B. So I click on this with the selection tool, I click a black arrow, and I go to Object, Text Frame Options. And here I can align this to the center. And then when I hit OK, you'll see it lines to the center, at least of the copy block. So it's aligning it center between the top and bottom of the copy block, or top and bottom margin. It's not aligning it necessarily centered to the page. And so that looks pretty good. So I'm now ready to move on to the next few pages. Now what you'll notice is the body copy, because I used paragraph styles, this body copy on these other pages, it automatically switched to Palatino when I edited that style. Now what I haven't done is I haven't edited the sub-headlines yet. Let me go to my original publication and see how I manage those sub-headlines. Looks like I managed them in a way where they are Palatino, bold italic, 10/12, or 10 over auto. So I'm going to make these Palatino, bold italic, 10/12 for auto. So by doing so, to do that, I'm going to double click on the subhead. I applied this earlier in Microsoft Word, so it should say subhead. I'm going to change the basic character formats to Palatino, and that was not bold, that was italic. Palatino italic, 10/12. Alright, done. Now when I hit OK, what's going to happen is it will have automatically applied to all the other subheads that formatting, which makes it really quick. Now this next bit of text is body copy, and it's already set and ready to go. But this text, with the page numbering, it's not quite ready to go. It's numbering and numbering body copy, or numbered body copy. Now again, I'm going to go back to my finished document, and because I already have done this before, I will click on this and see what these are set at. Palatino, Roman, 9/11. Alright, so let me make this Palatino, Roman, 9/11. I'm going to double click on the paragraph style, click on the basic character formats, go to Palatino, make it 9/11, and it is Roman, and I'm going to hit OK, and it changed it. Now, there is a problem with this in that it took away the page numbering. So what I need to do, I need to double click on its paragraph style to edit it. And this is about numbering. So you'll see that there's a numbering, bullets and numbering area. You may not have this issue in your book, some of you may. So in the format, what I want it to do first off is in list type, I want to make that numbers. Now it's going 1, 2, 3, and so on. And I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. So I'm going to hit OK. Now, let me zoom out a little bit. You'll notice that things are numbering 1, 2, 3, and then 1 again. So let me scroll down and grab these and tell them, hey, you are numbered body copy. Oops, and sewing pattern was not numbered body copy, it was a subheadline. So what I did is it's automatically numbered them, changed their sizes, and it's done it for most of them. Sometimes it gets a little carried away and wants to continue numbering them or break up numbering or whatever. So what we have to do here is, this was supposed to be another new number 1. So I'm going to right click on that text and go to restart numbering. And it'll make that number 1 and the next one be number 2. These are also numbered. If I hit the note plus sign, what will happen is I'll continue to number them based off the previous. So sometimes this can be a little confusing, but I'm going to go back in here, right click, and just for practice, tell it to restart the numbering. So now it's 1 through 6 again. So you can see, oh, here's another one. Big issue here. Let's do numbering, and right click on this first one, and then restart the numbering. Now the numbers are back in order, with the exception of the rest of these. So let me tell those to be numbering. So I'm just looking to make sure these numbers are all in order, and they are. So that really made quick work of setting the type using these paragraph styles. Now I'm going to go back to the original book, and I'm going to insert page breaks where it makes sense. Now this one ends at the word crossover bleed, so what I can do here, I put my cursor in before the next bit of text, the type, insert break character, and do a page break because I want to go to the next page. And there we have it. I can also go here because on my document it kind of separated those out. So I put my cursor before the C and cut. And I'm going to type, insert break character, and page break again. It's quite lovely. Also, I noticed in my document that I have space between paragraphs. Probably space after the paragraph, because there's certainly not a space before this one. So then we want all of this to have the same formatting. So I'm going to get in here and see what that is. That's the body copy. I'm going to double click on that to edit it. I'm going to go to indents and spacing and adjust the space after this. There we go. That looks pretty good. Hit OK, and it will have affected all of the elements that say body copy. Gives it a little bit more room. So I would also take some time to, I still need to insert some page breaks, but I would also take some time to get images in here. I'll just go in here and insert page breaks.